above Anaheim Stadium in all of its golden splendor. It's Throwback Week as we take you back in time. And tonight, presented by Kia, gives you game one of a three-game series from Angels Stadium. Here at the Big A, the Los Angeles Angels and the Detroit Tigers giving away those collared crewneck shirts here tonight to throw it back to the olden days here around the Big A. Mike Trout, now a 12-time All-Star, his mission complete, going to Philadelphia for this past Tuesday's All-Star game. And now the All-Star break behind us. We're back to baseball here at Angel Stadium. With Mark Uvas, I'm Wayne Randazzo, and Kubi, welcome back after a few days off. I know you needed it.
Yeah, Wayne, I think Trout would say, let's get back to baseball. He's waving us. Let's talk some Angels baseball here. I mean, the All-Star break is fun, but also you can tell the players want to go out there and perform again, and hopefully they turn this around and play really good baseball in the second half.
We'll talk more about it, but pretty cool for Trout to go back to Philly and lead off the All-Star game.
Yeah, I know, the ovation he got going through that Liberty Bell right there coming out, the fans going crazy. And trust me, as a Philly guy, you usually don't go out crazy for somebody wearing a different color uniform, so it's great for the Philly fans to do that.
Well, now the Angels turn the page. The post-All-Star break part of the schedule is upon us. So what's next for this ball club?
Well, I think they really have to do it. There's three key things for me in the second half for this team to really start playing some better baseball in the second half. It really starts with the star power at the top. Mike Trout with 18 home runs. Zach Neto with 41 extra base hits. These guys, when they're rocking and rolling, this team is playing much, much better baseball. Yeah, we can see you when you're swinging the bat, Zach Neto, but also this situational solid hitting, you got it. We saw that the last few weeks before the All-Star break. You know, you had Grissom, you had Sean Noel, Joe Adell. Those guys making good contact in those big situational moments put a lot of pressure on pitch, especially with runners in scoring position. But it really, for me, Wayne, starts with the starting pitching. At times can be dominant when you got Iranian, Soriano, Detmers, and you got Grayson Rodriguez back in there, Ryan Johnson. You have the makings of a really solid pitching staff. When they're on their game, it gives you a chance to win every single night, no matter who's on the mound for the other team.
And it's Detmers on the mound tonight for the Angels against the Tigers. Troy Melton, who's from the area, went to Canyon High School here in Anaheim. But who are the Tigers right now? Are they contenders or pretenders? They're 8 games under 500 still, but they've played a lot better over the last several weeks.
Well, when you look what they did there the first part of the season, they really, really struggled. I mean, you think about it, they had one of the worst records in baseball, but when you go back since June 1st, they are really swinging the bats well, averaging over 5 runs a game. The thing is, we're both shocked at this, 64 home runs. They're 22 and 14 during this stretch. They're hitting the long ball. Their starting pitching has been really good, but Kevin McGonigal, the Philly kid himself, was at the All-Star game. He's got more walks than strikeouts. He's got 99 hits with 60 walks. He'd be the first Tiger to do that in 100 games since Lou Blue back in 1921. He controls the strike zone well. He's a solid defender. He runs the bases very well. He's quick to the baseball. He is a dynamic all-around player for the Tigers. If they have any shot in this second half, he's going to be the one leading the way.
Now the Tigers with a lot to decide before the trade deadline coming up on August 3rd. Reed Detmers on the mound for the Angels tonight, looking to get himself back in the right direction after a few bumpy starts here of late.
Yeah, just get that slider depth going once again, and controlling the bottom part of the strike zone for me with his fastball will be really key for him to be dominant here today.
Now we're back from the break. Detmers tries to tame the Tigers here tonight. Angels baseball on ABTV is brought to you by Pechanga Resort Casino. By Amazon, spend less on your kids for back to school. By Hyundai, the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event, deals so right they almost feel wrong. Only at your local SoCal Hyundai dealer. And by Jack in the Box, Jack's new Philly style bonus Jack combo, shaved steak, grilled onions and peppers, and melty cheese starting at $5.99. ABTV is presented by Pechanga Resort Casino. That is another beautiful night for baseball here at Angels Stadium. Talk about a throwback. Well, the Angels will throw it back to the Detroit Tigers, a team that has been in the American League since forever.
Yes, they have. But when you look in the 80s, when the Angels had so many star players playing, that 84 Tiger team, in my opinion, still might want to be one of the best teams I've ever seen.
Could have mixed it up in the championship series had the years landed right. The Angels won the West. in '82 and '86. The Tigers won the East in '84 and, of course, won the World Series in that great 1984 season for the Tigers. It was their last World Championship. They had World Series aspirations going into this year, but they're still 8 games under 500, and Reed Detmers will try to make them 9 under.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to get back to pitching really, really well. Looking for his first win at home this season for Reed Detmers. My go-tos, though, for Reed Detmers to get back to that dominant self. And we saw, especially with a couple incredible starts here at the Big A, his depth on the slider throughout. 58 punch-outs with that slider, but it's all set up. Solid lower zone fastball command. That sets up the curveball, his changeup, and slider. He can still ride that fastball upstairs, but when he's going that lower third with that fastball, everything plays off it so well.
Show you the Tiger lineup. Matt Vierling is in center field leading off for them. There's McGonigal, the rookie all-star, batting second. Dingler and Green were all-stars as well. Eduardo Valencia's hit a couple of home runs in his first few major league games. He's the DH for the Tigers tonight. A.J. Hinch hoping his team can keep hitting and keep pitching in the manner that they have since June 1st. It's, I think, still hard to take this Tiger team seriously when they're 8 games under 500.
That's the thing. I know we talk a lot about there's ups and downs with the entire American League, but the bottom line is you got to be at least at that 500 mark, get close to it. And they've been playing better. We just showed that 22-14 since June 1st, but still there's a lot of work for them to do, and hopefully the Angels stop them before they get rolling once again here. And defense behind them, Nolan Shawnwell, Rotolo Chevrolet, defense for the Halos today. Nolan Shawnwell, 1 defensive run save at 93%. We finally got some good numbers as far as 93% scoop rate at first base. That's unbelievably good. Grissom next to him. You got Neto, and you got Guzman over third. Hoppy behind the plate, Lowe, Trout, and Adele. But he's been so good on that scoop on those low throws at first base for Nolan Shawnwell.
Must be that Shawnwell towel helping the scoopage at first.
It definitely helps. Told him I'm ready to do that today, and he said, yes, indeed, you will see an opportunity to do that.
Matt Vierling leads it off for the Tigers, and we are underway with a first pitch strike from Reed Detmers. Well, as the Tigers try to make their way, are they or aren't they? That's really the question that follows this Detroit team over the next couple of weeks. This series plays a big part in that. If the Halos take it to the Tigers this weekend, immediately they'll start thinking differently about what their path forward looks like. So whatever happens here in this weekend series or in the next couple of series for the Tigers, they are of the utmost importance with that trade deadline looming.
You're exactly right on that, Wayne. There's so much, you always think about it coming right out of the gate in the second half. It's really, really important for this Tiger team.
1 ball, 1 strike on Vierling, who has struggled offensively this year and fouls that one back. The American League Central will still a winnable division. The White Sox and Cleveland are tied for first. Minnesota's hanging around, the same reason why the Tigers are. It doesn't take much to hang around. In the wild card standings, the Tigers are even closer. So there's a reason to believe, and they've played so much better since the beginning of June. But they really need to play well over these next 2 weeks, because they can't afford Tarek Skubal to just go away in free agency without getting something for him, unless they really go for it and try to win it all.
Yeah, the fan base, you owe it to the Tiger fan base if you're playing well to hold on to Skubal. If you're not, you probably would be moved.
It's a huge decision. Here's a fly ball down the right field side. Adele with a long run. Gets there and makes the catch. Good play by Joe, and a long way to go to retire Vierling on that foul pop-up.
Really under control. A good route by Joe Adele on that one too, getting and going towards the netting where he is playing too. He's playing well off that line. He sees where he's got to go, tracked it, under control. Nice play before he runs into the netting. We've seen him go over that short wall, but that's a little bit further down in that right field line. Bring back a would-be home run.
A little more ground to cover there with that ball wide toward the line. A good play by Adele, and here is Kevin McGonigal, the talented rookie infielder, as he swings and misses. Doesn't do that a lot. He walks a whole lot. McGonigal's game has been determined based on his contact making. 60 walks against 56 strikeouts in his rookie season. More walks than strikeouts so far.
And hitting .282 versus lefties.
He was really, along with Trout, the only non-Phillies that got any sort of ovation at the All-Star game this week, with the introductions that took place before the game. A huge ovation for Trout, who has long been loyal to his Philadelphia Eagles and yours. Swinging a miss by McGonigal. It's 1-2.
I really love what they did in Philly for him too. I mean, We said it often. It doesn't matter if you're from there or not. If you're not wearing that uniform, generally you're going to get your fair share of boos. But he got this tremendous amount of cheers for him. That was great to see that for Trout.
And McGonigal got a nice hand as well, being from the Philadelphia era. He is a huge fan of Chase Utley, and he plays the game like he is. 1 ball, 2 strikes, a weak swing and a miss, strike 3, and Detmers with the slider retires McGonigal for his first strikeout.
It's 2 pretty good sliders already tonight, seen from Detmers, and he hasn't got as many swings on that pitch of late, but that's a good sign. When you strike out a guy that doesn't strike out, get a chase like that, it was all important because he showed enough as far as throwing his fastball there against him, but also then finish him off with a nasty slider.
So Detmers has retired the first 2 Tigers. As far as McGonigal goes, 23 of his strikeouts now this season have come against a left-handed pitcher. Here's Dylan Dingler, an all-star for the American League as well, taking ball 1. Well, Trout didn't get any hits in the all-star game, and neither did any of the Tigers. McGonigal, Dingler, and Green were all hitless. It was kind of an offensive-less all-star game for the most part. There wasn't an extra base hit even until very late in the game when Miguel Vargas of the White Sox hit a home run. And here's Dingler with a fly ball that falls in front of Adell. It's a 2-out single.
Yeah, he just went with that pitch right there. Even going back to that strikeout by Detmers against McGonigal, he had a high spin rate on that one. He threw that one a little bit harder too, his slider, which was good to see that one.
Talk about bullpen games sometimes leading to problems for offenses. Well, that's like the ultimate bullpen game, the All-Star game, when you've got the best pitchers in the world, one right after the other. It's amazing anybody gets any hits.
When you get that 1 inning, you know you're going to have to throw 1 inning. You're going to throw as hard as you can because, hey, I'll tell you what, they do remember that. Fans remember when you're a pitcher, you give up a long ball. And you saw that, you know, for Vargas in that game, too, hitting a home run against his old buddy there, too. So, I mean, it's you. I still remember guys back in the day when you give up home runs. Reggie Jackson, remember that one he hit on the roof at Tiger Stadium. You still will remember who's giving that up.
No balls and a strike on Torkelson, who has 16 homers this year as he takes inside. You know, with regard to Vargas hitting that homer off Wroblewski in the All-Star game, Wroblewski was the only guy that went back out for a second inning, and he gave up the home run in that second inning of work. So not sure why Dave Roberts stuck Wroblewski back out there for 2, but that's how it turned out, and that was the 1 home run we saw Tuesday night.
Well, they call him the Shark, and he's trying to sneak back out there.
2 balls and a strike on Torkelson. But it was a pretty good all-star atmosphere in Philadelphia, especially during the home run derby.
I've never seen anything like that home run derby. When you're booing hitters up there, when they hit a home run, you're just literally booing them because they're facing Schwarber in that one.
2 balls and a strike. Swing and a miss on a high heater, and it's 2-2. Jordan Walker didn't care. He went on a tear there at the end of the final and took out Schwarber in front of the Philly faithful.
Yeah, that was a pretty good moment for him. We'll see him next week.
Yeah, the Cardinals will be here starting Monday. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Torkelson. Fly ball toward the right field side again. This one will stay in fair ground for Joe Adell, and he has that to end the top of the first.
Yep, just got.
Angels batting order is brought to you by Theodore Robbins Ford. Zach Neto is the leadoff batter for the Halo once again. Mike Trout hitting second, then Sean Noel bats third. Jorge Soler's the DH. Josh Lowe in left field. Adell in right. Vaughn Grissom at second base. Denzer Guzman third. And Logan O'Hoppe behind the plate against an Anaheim native on the mound who has been outstanding so far this season. Troy Melton, a 1.82 ERA in 8 starts.
You know he's got to be extremely excited to be on this mound here at the big game. My go-tos for the Halos to have success against a guy you mentioned has been dealing so far. His damage on his flat slide every once in a while went over the plate. 2 home runs allowed, 385 slugging. But power that middle zone 4-seamer. He's given up 5 home runs at a slugging percentage of .429 when he's middle part of the plate on that 4-seamer.
Zach Neto starts it off, swings and misses on a first pitch cutter. That has been a go-to pitch for Melton this year. Opponents are just 2 for 32 on that cutter against Melton this season. And he has found a grip and a pitch style there on that pitch that has made it close to unhittable.
Man, when you think about how much he gets to swing and miss, usually you think of cutters it's towards the end of the bat or on the handle of the bat for some soft contact. He's getting a lot of swing and misses. This is barely any contact, good contact at all.
No balls, 2 strikes on Neto, and a breaking ball lifted to center, and that's a base hit. Actually, that was the cutter. It was only the 3rd hit allowed on Melton's cutter all year, and it was an 0-2 pitch that Neto just smacked through the middle.
Yeah, that was right down the heart of the plate, right in the middle part. The defense behind him, he's around the strike zone. He doesn't walk many guys. When you look over at McGonigal, we talk about how well he hits. He's got 5 defensive run saves at third base. He's played a number of games at shortstop too, so he's an outstanding defender all the way around, whether it's shortstop or third base for McGonigal. McKinstry, Lee, Torkelson over in the infield. Dingler, who's an outstanding defender himself behind the plate.
Oh, nice hand for the now 12-time All-Star Mike Trout as he takes ball 1. Maybe the coolest thing that we saw Trout do during his All-Star participation this week was take part in that Sandlot montage that they had with all the kids riding their bikes onto the field. That incredible ceremony celebrating America's birthday with Ray Charles screaming out America the Beautiful in the background, just like in the Sandlot. That was awesome.
Yeah, they did a great job. I remember him giving hitting lessons when he was a kid wearing a Tug McGraw jersey. Love that too.
Yeah, I noticed the
so
Tug
cool.
McGraw. That was cool. 2 balls, no strikes on Trout as he lines one toward right center. Vierling is in for it. He makes the catch. Kind of shaded that way, and Trout hits it right over there. 1 out here in the 1st inning. Mike Trout in his 12th All-Star game, his 11th selected by the fans, and as the starting center fielder and leadoff batter for the American League.
This moment right here too, though, I get goosebumps thinking of that. Family, mom and dad there. I mean, what a moment for Trout and all the fans signing the Declaration of Independence.
Nolan Shawnuel bats with 1 out and Neto at first. Should have put on one of those old wigs like they did back then and gotten into it.
Trouty could get away with that one, I think.
Definitely. Well, all the members of the starting lineup signed that lineup sheet. 2 balls, no strikes. I guess they'll auction that off at some point. You're gonna buy it?
Yeah, I'm right in on that one. No question.
2 balls and no strikes on Shawnuel. Maybe Boyd will buy it. You know, he's got the money after all these years in TV here.
Yes, he does.
Talk about a throwback. Boyd is in the booth with us. That's a strike to Shawnuel. 2-1. Boyd spent many years in Vin Scully's booth at Dodger Stadium. Vin's right-hand man. We're happy to have Boyd. We really threw it back to have Boyd up here.
Well, Vin was here for the '89 All-Star game too.
He did. He said he made sure Bo Jackson said hello.
Yes, he did.
2 balls and 1 strike on Shawnuel. Now ball 3. What a cool All-Star moment that was.
Jackson says hello.
With Vin Scully and Reagan in the booth together.
That ball was crushed too by Bo.
Off of Rick Russell, who started the 1989 All-Star game for the National League when he was with the Giants then. 3-1 on Shawnuel. And there's ball 4, so a couple of base runners.
Well, when you go back to his last 19 games for Shawnuel, .338 batting average, 2 home runs, 5 doubles, and OPS of .896.
And it's been a good road here for Shawnuel. He's really done a lot of the things we talked about that would make him a success at this level. He's been patient. He's been driving the ball when he can. He's been taking his base hits the other way when he gets into those 2 strike counts. It's exactly who you expect Shawnuel to be. And he's been that guy of late. Jorge Soler looks at a strike from Melton.
He's throwing a lot of those cutters early on.
Had some zip to it. 95 on that last cutter. It's quite a bit above his normal cutter, which averages out about 91.5.
You know, he's got that adrenaline going too.
And went to Canyon High School. He was actually a catcher there. San Diego State was the one that turned him into a pitcher.
Wait, just look the way he throws the baseball here. You got to feel why he would be a catcher. Just that delivery. It's more of a short arm delivery.
1 ball, 1 strike. You know, when San Diego State recruited him, they saw him throw 1 bullpen and they said, okay, you're a pitcher now.
Yes.
And he said, okay, and guess I'll do that. And he's been a pitcher ever since, and it's worked out. Now he's a big leaguer and a pretty good one.
I think that's what makes his cutter so effective, that delivery he has. You throw back at Ken Hill, the way he threw the baseball. Even Lucas Giolito, the transition, he had that longer throwing motion and shorten up his delivery and his arm motion.
2 balls, 1 strike on Soler. 1st and 2nd with 1 out. That's ball 3. So Melton, after walking Shawnuel, has fallen behind Soler. He's have some danger here in the first inning. The first inning's been his worst inning throughout the season. 3.38 his ERA in the first. It's just 1.52 after that. So this is the time to get to him. Angels trying to do that as Soler takes ball 4 and the bases are loaded.
You can tell he's overthrown, and that happens, especially when you're pitching here at home like this. A lot of families, friends are here. Lots of them.
The Tigers send Chris Fetter, their pitching coach, to the mound. I think you're right. This seems to me as well an example of just a pitcher who's amped up, pitching in front of his friends and family. His first time pitching here at the Big A like this. Yeah. So this is a big moment for Melton. He has loaded the bases here.
Yeah, a lot of them here tonight, and you can see, I mean, when you look at it, he's a 4-to-1 ratio as far as strikeout to walks. 2 walks already.
See that low ERA since the mound got lowered. 4th best ERA by a Tigers starter to begin a season. He had some elbow injuries dealing with at the beginning of the year, so he missed the first 2 months. He didn't pitch until May 24th at the major league level, but well, here he is, and these 8 starts have all been pretty good.
Love to see that. He's a little bit better than Mark the Bird Fidrich. I love watching him. The stuff he did on the mound, it was incredible.
Well, for a couple of years, the Bird was the word. Ball 1 to Josh Lowe. Didn't last long for Mark Fidrich, but it was quite a blaze of glory while he was out there.
It was. I got to see him a couple times when he had old-timer games back there. I had a chance to talk to him. He definitely was. He was out there a little bit.
Swing and a miss by Lowe, chasing a cutter that was down and in. 1 ball, 1 strike. Josh Lowe has one of the 6 grand slams the Angels have hit this year. Chases another one out of the zone. That was a
4-seamer at 99.
He's thrown way harder than usual here so far tonight in the first inning. It's resulted in a single, 2 walks. Trout lined out. And now ahead of Lowe, it's 1-2. And Lowe stays alive.
He will throw a split finger changeup. Throws that quite a bit to lefties. His curveball is pretty nasty too. I mean, all his secondary pitches have been pretty good. He's had some long, tough at bats though, Josh Lowe. Nice play on the carom. Good little rebound.
Good throwback fielding crowd here as well at Angel Stadium. The Angels in their throwback uniforms as well. Can't beat those.
Oh, outstanding.
That's an all-time classic look. 1 ball, 2 strikes. As Lowe chops it to the right side. Play to second base. No, is going to first. Lee thought about it. Did everything but throw it to second. Gets the out at first as a run scores. Neto is in and the Angels a 1-0 lead.
You'll take that because now you have 2 guys still in scoring position. Hit pretty well by Josh Lowe. But he's going to be able to beat that out. His speed itself. A little slight hesitation. You'll take that run though.
Got handcuffed a bit, maybe didn't have a great grip. But either way, Lee only gets the out at first, and as Gooby said, now 2 in scoring position for Adele as well, as he looks at strike 1.
You go back to that situational hitting. He gets the job done. He with 2 strikes, make contact, you get a run out of it.
Run batted in for Lowe, his 22nd of the year. Adele's driven in 53 on the season. No balls, 2 strikes to count. About Melton being amped up. He's thrown 2 of his 5 fastest pitches of the year in this first inning.
.95-mile-an-hour cutter. The cutter before that got a lot of the plate. That cutter he threw to Zach Neto, middle part of the play at 0-2, ends up scoring the first run of the game.
1 ball, 2 strikes on Joe Adele. I mean, you throw the cutter that hard and all of a sudden it's Corbin Burns like at that point.
Still think it goes back to that arm motion he has. It really works well for a cutter.
A lot of pitches in this first inning for Melton. 26 so far. 2 walks, a run is in.
He's got a tremendous spin on his cutter too. A high spin rate for a cutter.
Really looks like a slider from here. 1-2 as Adele rolls it. How Yu Lee goes to get it, and with a quick throw into the inning. Angels settle for 1 in the first. They have a 1-0 lead.
Welcome back to the Big A, where earlier today, Angels first-round draft pick Jared Greinlinger out of Huntington Beach High School came to the Big A, signed his contract, and got a lay of the land. Got a tour of the Angels clubhouse, got to take batting practice with Mike Trout and the other Halos. Also took in some good advice from Joe Adell and some of the other Angels. But we haven't seen the first-rounders here at the ballpark in about a handful of years. Interim General Manager for the Angels, John Mozeliak, said that where I come from, we tend to have the first rounders come here, experience this, because we think it's really cool. And when it's in your backyard, that's even better. So they wanted him to experience this. But Jared called it surreal. 17 years old, growing up, coming here. He had season tickets to the Angels. He remembers sitting above the Angels dugout, right where he was talking to the media this afternoon. Remembers getting yelled at for putting his feet on top of the dugout. Obviously, big fan of Mike Trout. Shohei Ohtani growing up, taking BP with him. But the best advice he got this afternoon, guys, from Joe Adell, who talked to him about also being drafted out of high school, how to transition the hitting part of it from high school pitching to the minor leagues. Joe told him, just stick with your routine that got you here. They drafted you because they like you, so stick with that. But a very cool afternoon for the Angels' first-round draft pick.
Thanks, man. I mean, that was a real.
No. That'll set me back.
Yeah, he did lay the ma'am on Erica before the game.
3 times. I appreciate the respect, but oh man.
Well, you're the ma'am of the hour.
Oh, thank you guys.
2 balls, 1 strike on Riley Green.
The kid was really poisoned in the dugout today. I mean, what a thrill that must be for him.
An incredible thrill.
The Angels. I mean, it's unbelievable. Team you grew up rooting for. Your family's here. Wow, what a moment.
And I'm glad that Mozeliak and the Angels have reinstalled that tradition of having the first-round pick around as Green chops it to Vaughn Grissom at second base, his old childhood friend, as Riley Green grounds out to Grissom. 1 away here in the second. But Jared Greinlinger, who was drafted last weekend, the 12th overall pick. Jared Weaver, the 12th overall pick once upon a time as well.
It's all about the Jared name.
I'm not
slightly
sure.
Different spelling.
I think Greinlinger even remembers, old enough to remember Weaver pitching. But he was born in April of 2009.
No, that's still freaking me out. That's unbelievable.
That's really disgusting. Eduardo Valencia is the batter with 1 out. 2009 is when he was born.
2009, yes.
That is absolutely, that's sinful. Greinlinger out of Huntington Beach High School. Angels did draft a lot of college players, though, after the first round, but a rarity for the franchise, at least first time in a long time, to have a first-round pick out of high school. Have to go back to 2018, the last time the Angels did that. So a little difference in the draft philosophy and in the philosophy in and of itself of having Greinlinger come and take part in this today.
And when you get drafted as a high school player, whether you're a hitter or a pitcher, and at some point he's going to be maybe doing both. It's such an eye opener when you start facing other professionals, whether you're on the mound or at the plate.
There's a pop up to shallow right from Valencia. Grissom goes to get that. 2 up, 2 down. Now the Angels drafting Greinlinger in the first round, and then you see all the college players after that. Some notable picks, including Jackson Willits, who is another son of Reggie Willits out of the University of Oklahoma. But you see Georgia Tech, Texas A&M.
Gavin is an Orange County kid too, a huge Angel fan. I think it's really important to be able to have that fan base. You have some players, and be honest with you, Wayne, coaching against a lot of the players in this area, there are so many incredible baseball players from Orange County. I mean, so many. It's like almost like a minor league program. A lot of these high school, and it's definitely a college program.
Yeah, Gavin Grahovac, he was the 3rd-round pick, and there have been many who have said that's one of the kind of underrated picks of the draft, getting Grahovac out of Texas A&M. So it's interesting how the Angels went about this. And you know, obviously when you draft a 17-year-old, you're not expecting him to make an impact anytime soon. This is a development process now that goes into play as Lee fouls one back. So Greinlinger will start that process. The Angels say they will use him as an outfielder and a hitter. He did pitch in high school as well, and there was some question if he would be a two-way player, but for now he's going to be concentrating on the hitting portion.
It worked out for a high school player from Millville, New Jersey, too. worked up here pretty quickly.
Well, that is true. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Lee. And a swing and a miss. Strike 3 on a slider in the dirt. So Detmer's a 1-2-3 inning. And wasn't Trout drafted in 09 when Grinlinger was born?
That's not right. 4 non-blondes. What's going on?
I love that one.
Back from the All-Star break. A lot of activity, the throwback uniforms, everything going on here at the Big A. Let's go 4 non-blondes. What's going on?
That might be the best one you've ever picked.
Or at least the most recent.
Well, Von Grissom takes ball 1.
It is a good song.
You think Grinlinger's ever heard of 4 non-blondes? I don't think so.
I'm just hoping if I joked around when I said, I can't wait to do a Gooby Tuesdays when you mention Led Zeppelin, will look at me like, what?
Lead?
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I don't want that. 1 ball, 1 strike on Grissom. It was followed by Guzman and O'Hoppe here in the bottom of the 2nd. What a day here at Angel Stadium.
Yes.
Throwback week begins.
A lot of energy.
Ball 2 to Grissom. The Angels in these incredible throwback uniforms.
How about John Mozeliak today, though, with his smile on his face, the energy he had in that dugout today. That was good to see.
John Mozeliak, his first draft in the Angels organization. The trade deadline about 2.5 weeks away. So this is an interesting time for the organization, to be sure. And the plan for Mozeliak to eventually hire a general manager that will come in and run baseball operations, but in good hands for now. 3-1 as Grissom takes ball 4. The 3rd walk already issued by Melton. Only guy with worst control so far here tonight has been Clyde Wright, who threw out the first pitch, throughout the first couple of pitches. Trout encouraging Clyde to throw a strike. And then look at this. He does the old granny shot.
He told me he was going to roll it. I said, I'm going to crush you on the broadcast. And Trout, he's crushing him there for making that first pitch, rolling it in there.
And then he bounced it anyway. So Trout gave him a lot of grief, and rightfully so.
Trouty goes, didn't you throw a no-hitter?
Now, why did he roll it like that?
As only Clyde Wright would do.
No balls and a strike.
He's going to come into our booth at some point, I'm sure, giving us a little grief.
I'm sure he doesn't even know where it is. You think he does?
Oh, yeah.
Guzman fouls it off, and it's 0-2. He threw the first no-hitter, Clyde Wright, in the history of this ballpark.
Yes.
Is that correct? You're older than I am.
And then he rolled in the first pitch.
Well, there he is.
There you go.
The incomparable Clyde Wright.
He says, you know what? I like bowling better.
Yeah, we're bowling for Clyde. No balls and 2 strikes on Guzman, who it's a bouncer foul.
I told him, he said, I'm going to roll it up. I said, Clyde, I guarantee you we will crush you on the broadcast. I didn't realize Trouty was going to beat us to the punch.
He did. Trout was not taking that in kind.
Oh.
Clyde Wright with the granny shot. I just could not believe my eyes. No balls, 2 strikes on Guzman. A pitch in the dirt that Dingler keeps at home plate. Then O'Hoppe said something to Clyde as well after, and
he did.
Clyde threw another one at him. So another ding for O'Hoppe this year.
Yes. Why would he not?
Getting some chin music from Clyde Wright before the game today. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Denzer Guzman. And a wave and a miss on the splitter for strike 3.
He's throwing a couple pretty good splitters now. Command is still a little off. But when he throws that splitter, he's got some chases with it.
First strikeout for Melton tonight. Now O'Hoppe will be the batter.
Clyde, he's one of a kind.
Truly. One out with a runner on first as O'Hoppe looks at a strike. Now, well, O'Hoppe said something probably about his granny shot. And then what? Clyde Wright threw at him.
He goes, hello, have you seen how many baseballs have hit me this season?
I mean, that is absurd.
There's Clyde. He's like, wait a minute, are they talking about me?
Yeah. He'll find out soon. Swing and a miss by O'Hoppe. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Well, he still has the flip phone. It's very difficult to send a text message.
Well, he'll find out a year and a half, and then he'll storm in here next August and yell at us about it. 1-2 on Logan O'Hoppe. Fastball is right down the middle for strike 3. So Melton with back-to-back punch outs.
98-mile-an-hour fastball. Part of the plate, lower part of the strike zone. It's a couple of games though for Logan O'Hoppe. He's taking some fastballs. Usually that's what he's looking for. You can tell he's caught in between looking for a pitch, but you always think look fastball first, react on secondary pitches.
2 outs, and now Neto at the plate. Faces old nemesis.
By the way,
Derek Schooler.
Clyde Wright on that one.
Please.
Hitting him.
O'Hoppe was starting to really put it together at the plate, and now he's fallen back down. He's only 6 for his last 53 with that strikeout. 2 no strikes on Neto, but they'll face Skubal tomorrow, and they've had some battles that have been pretty entertaining.
Always interesting. Yeah, it is always interesting to watch those two.
Skubal against Grayson Rodriguez here tomorrow night, and then Sunday afternoon Ryan Johnson against Casey Mize. Strike to Neto, and it's 2-1. Verlander make the trip. I didn't see him earlier. He did not make the trip, so Verlander is still on the injured list. He had a good following at the All-Star game as well. He was a commissioner legacy pick and taking it all in as he is retiring after the season. I don't even know if he'll pitch again this year or in his career. As it turns out, this will be a strike to Neto.
Yeah, it's going to be close enough. I think it's going to touch that edge.
Angels challenge powered by T-Mobile. But nice to see Justin Verlander get that kind of.
I mean, it was such a thrill watching him compete over the years. He'd be 93, 94 in the first inning. All of a sudden, the middle innings, it's going to 96, 97. In the 9th inning, he's 99 miles an hour.
Think about the best pitchers of his generation, his era. He's right there at the top with Kershaw and Scherzer.
I really thought he had a legit chance at 300 wins too.
3 straight strikeouts for Melton after a leadoff walk ends the 2nd. Well, throwback weekend, so let's throw it back to one of the all-time greats, Nolan Ryan, who dominated the American League as a member of the Angels in the 1970s, threw 4 no-hitters as a halo, tied with Sandy Koufax for the most of any player with any one team. Of course, Nolan threw 3 others as well, has the all-time record with 7. All-time strikeout king as well, as Guzman plays this to first. Shows off his strong arm to retire Ben Malgeri, 1 out.
Well, watching the mechanics of Nolan Ryan and how he used that lower half of his body so effectively and hide the baseball. Once he figured it out and was throwing a few more strikes, I mean, he just absolutely dominated every hitter he ever saw. You think about all-time as far as no-hitters, 1-hitters, 2-hitters, 3-hitters in his career.
Probably should have kept him around back in the late 70s, early 80s, as he was allowed to sign with the Houston Astros as a free agent going into that 1980 season. His number retired by 3 different organizations, between the Angels, the Astros, and then the Rangers at the end of his career. Balls and a strike on Zach McKinstry.
Wow, good slider again. Good depth on his slider so far.
Although the Mets were the team that gave up on him too soon, especially early in his career, trading him for, at that point, Jim Fregosi, who had done so many great things as an Angel in the 60s. He was kind of on the back part of his career by the time that trade happened. So the Angels got a fresh arm in Nolan Ryan for Fregosi.
Well, back in those days when you had Nolan Ryan and Frank Tanana, you had those two in a 3-game series. A pretty good chance you're going to win that series.
Yeah.
And there's a pretty good chance some of those hitters are like, I'm kind of a little bit under the weather today.
McKinstry down on strikes, so Detmer is starting to roll. He has 3 strikeouts. He's retired 8 of the first 9 that he has faced.
It's that good fastball after showing the slider. He stayed true right out of his hand. Perfect spot. That's a good target that O'Hoppe set for him there.
2 out, nobody on. Vierling is the batter. Fouled out his first time. Good play by Joe Adell, running down toward the right field side. Tigers only have 1 hit so far, a single by Dingler with 2 outs in the first. Their only base runner. Detmer's on a roll in this ballpark, and you might not see many base runners.
Seen it a couple different times already this season.
Well, that stretch that he had, retiring 36 in a row across back-to-back home starts, was really something to behold. You know, you don't get the accolades the same as if you do it all in one game, but that's 12 straight perfect innings he had as a starting pitcher.
Even Nolan Ryan didn't do that. He had 27 straight.
1 ball, 1 strike on Matt Vierling.
I mean, that was a stretch that it was unreal what he was doing.
It was over a home starts only, so there were a couple of road starts in between. So you just don't get the same kind of following when you do something like that over a stretch of time. But it still was mesmerizing. 1 ball, 2 strikes as Vierling takes ball 2.
Done some pretty amazing things for such a young career, including a no-hitter, immaculate inning, but have 36 straight innings. 36 straight at home here. Retired. Nobody on base.
2-2 on Vierling. Swats that one foul to stay alive. As part of that, he had that 14 strikeout game against the Texas Rangers, in which he didn't walk anybody. He became just the 4th Angel to ever do that. And the first Angel since Nolan Ryan to have a 14 strikeout game with 1 or no hits allowed. 2-2 on Vierling. Now 3-2 the count. Going on with the umpire here, but Will Little has put himself back together. 3 balls, 2 strikes on Matt Vierling, the leadoff batter for the Tigers, hitting with 2 outs here in 3rd. It's smacked into right center for a base hit. So Vierling, after that little pause from the home plate umpire, I wonder if that got Detmers out of a groove there.
Yeah, because he was just grabbing the baseball, attacking the strike zone, grabbing the baseball, attacking the strike zone, and that fastball got a lot more of the plate. And when you go back to the last few starts in which he has struggled a little bit, is Reed Detmers, a lot of those fastballs have gotten the middle part of the plate.
Will Little's got something in his eye. Sometimes in the minor league stadiums you'd hear 3 blind mice being played for the umpires, and then they eject the guy playing the music. Well, not going to help if something's in his eye.
Drop a Stuart Little on him too while we're at it.
Ball 1 to McGonigal. You have Will Little on this umpiring crew. You have Ryan Wills, and you have Dylan Wilson. So the Wills are at it here on this umpiring. 2 balls, no strikes on McGonigal. McGonigal is a frontrunner for American League Rookie of the Year.
I got to believe Albert Urania is going to get some consideration himself. Although McGonigal's an everyday player, put up great numbers.
I think the only thing stopping McGonigal is what kind of second half Murakami's going to have now that he's back for the White Sox.
They were crushing the ball again today.
Yeah, they're all over the Blue Jays 12-2. Rogers Center tonight. Toronto's dropped to last in the AL East.
Just when they got hot, they've kind of fallen apart again.
The team that's hot is the Red Sox. They've won 11 in a row now. Starting with that sweep of the Angels over 4th of July weekend. They have not lost since the game right before that. McGonigal with a fly ball to center. This is Trout's territory.
It's Philly to Philly.
And Philly out here in the 3rd. Our Kia player profile, we usually talk about Mike Trout, but we'll talk about a different Angel MVP instead. 1979's most valuable player in the American League. Don Baylor hit that one into what would become the Trout farm.
Yes, it was. The crew. What an incredible player. As about as intimidating as a hitter you could ever find. He was right on top of the plate. He could fly, power. You know, like every time whatever uniform he was putting on, he was in a World Series there for a while.
Yeah, he had that stretch in the 80s where he was on a number of World Series performing teams. Here is Mike Trout as he looks at a strike. Just a handful of MVPs in Angels history. Don Baylor was the first to win an MVP award in an Angels uniform. Mike Trout's done it 3 times. Shohei won a couple as an Angel. And here's Trout lining one fair down the left field line.
That was a rocket.
Extra base hit for Mike Trout, fresh off his All-Star appearance in Philadelphia. He is back with a double.
Oh, he turned on that one there. That splitter stayed upstairs. He hit it at over 108 miles per hour. His 14th double with 18 home runs. How quick those hands were. An elevated hanging splitter right down the line. It was well played by Riley Green. If that ball gets by him, it's going to be fun to see how quick Trout will go around the bases. Green did a nice job of cutting that one off, playing against the wall.
Not to leave out an MVP winner, and currently the only man with the big A on his cap in Cooperstown, Vladimir Guerrero, who won the MVP in 2004.
A lot of MVPs in that 27 number.
Yes. Well, I think Trout's going to have his big A on his Cooperstown cap as well.
Yes.
1 ball, no strikes on Shotwell. Now ball 2.
Big at bat here. We talk about those situational hittings. This is one of those at bats now, especially now with 2 strikes. That's where Shotwell loves to try to pull the baseball and hit it hard.
Three 3-0 now on Shotwell. Walked his first time. Melton's issued 3 walks so far. It's not really a normal part of his game.
Oh, I give Shotwell the green light here.
It's ball 4, so Melton has a new season high and has tied his career high by issuing his 4th walk, 2 of them to Shotwell.
Pitch count jumping up way high now.
Jorge Soler stands in. Soler walked in his first plate appearance today.
He's going to be looking to turn on something on a fastball early.
Melton last pitched on July 8th. Sometimes at the All-Star break, you get starting pitchers out of their routines more than anything. Even if you're the first man up like Melton, you know, it coincides with when he pitched last as well. And for Melton, that was 9 days ago.
Sometimes you're too strong, you overthrow, and you're seeing that in a lot of his pitches here tonight.
Wonder
You're doing
about
the
that.
simulated games as much as possible, but still, the game action is completely different.
1 ball, 1 strike on Soler. First and second with nobody out. Let's not imagine when you're at the All-Star break, you want to take your break too if you're not actually part of the All-Star festivities. And then you got to get right into a game, and you're the pitcher.
And you usually get, now you get an extra day. It used to be you started up on that Thursday, your team workout on Wednesday.
Well, they didn't want to give you guys any breaks back then.
No, overrated.
1 ball, 2 strikes on Soler. If this Olympic thing happens in 2028, it's going to be a really long break for the folks that are not participating in either the All-Star game or the Olympics. If that does come to fruition, it could be about a week-and-a-half long break. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Soler looks at strike 3, although he wants to challenge.
Ooh.
Remember, the Angels lost a challenge already tonight.
Man, this is right down the heart of the plate.
So this one, powered by T-Mobile, will give the Angels a 2nd lost challenge. So the Angels in the 3rd inning have run out of challenges here. And
Pretty tough in a 1-0 game here too.
yeah, and neither was in an incredibly high leverage spot.
It's a big at bat now for Josh Lowe and the Angels.
Lowe has the only RBI so far today. Cuts through that first pitch from Troy Melton. Melton out of Canyon High School. A number of big leaguers actually went there, including Rob Deere.
Wow, was he strong. Oh. I mean, he would be absolutely perfect in this day and age.
I was going to say, he was a pioneer with his high strikeout and home run totals.
He had to cut his sleeves to be able to get his arms through his uniform.
Rob Deere. Steve Scarsoni went to Canyon High School as well. And former Angel Doug Linton, part of the group out of Canyon High. Runners on first and second with 1 out for Lowe, at a ground out in the first inning that scored Neto. Fly ball to center. It's shallow. Out goes McKinstry. In comes Vierling to make the catch. It's the second out here in the third.
Well, you think you got to find a way to score a run here, especially with a leadoff double here, and then a walk.
It was Trout's 339th career double, tying him with Tim Salmon for the second most in Angels history. Pretty easy to guess who was number one on that list.
Yes.
Garrett Anderson was a doubles machine and had 489 in an Angels uniform.
489.
All one to Adele. By the way, Tim Salmon's nephew got drafted by the Angels as a 19th round pick.
Lots of fishes with the Halos.
Ball, no strikes on Adele. Grounded out his first time. It's tied up there, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. One right in on the hands.
Tied him up pretty good on that.
Probably a good way to go against Adele. He likes to hit the ball out the other way.
Yeah, he's got 6 home runs versus fastballs when they're away. 6 this year.
Doesn't really look to yank the ball much into the left field corner. See him inside out in that one. 1 ball, 2 strikes. I guess the question for Adele is, can he be a guy that can do both? Can he use his arms and extend himself to hit the ball out the other way, as we've seen, and also maintain that pull power, because he can hit the ball 500 feet when he pulls it out to left.
It's a matter of recognizing pitches and getting their pitch to hit.
And he is all tied up there, and that's strike 3. So the Angels squander that leadoff double. They leave Trout at second. Well, join us at the Big A on Monday, July 20th. The Halos will take on the Cardinals. You'll be one of the first 25,000 fans to receive a throwback clear backpack courtesy of State Farm. Angels.com/promotions for more info. We won't be here Monday, though.
We got to be able to hide one of those two.
Well, we got to hide a few of them.
Yes.
Dylan Dingler is the leadoff batter here in the 4th.
We need Dora the Explorer to help us out with the backpacks. I do think Jared knows that one, though, at least.
He might. Dingler with 19 home runs leads the Tigers in that category. He's 3rd among major league catchers, behind Shea Langoliers and Hunter Goodman of the Rockies, who are also all-stars, just like Dingler was. Dingler was a Gold Glove winner last year as well, and very well could win it again this year. No balls, 2 strikes on Dingler.
Good, really good all-around player when you think about his power numbers. Well, an outstanding defender behind the plate.
First Tiger catcher to win a Gold Glove since Pudge Rodriguez in 2007. 1 ball, 2 strikes as Dingler takes ball 2. They love the way that he studies. They view him as a guy who really puts in the work to study opposing hitters. His game planning, his pitch calling. Those are things that Dingler says he takes pride in before anything else that comes to his offense. He's been good offensively as well.
Yes. He had a pretty good catcher back there in the 80s, too, with Lance Parrish, too.
Lance Parrish, who was also an all-star for the Angels. A tremendous power guy for a major league catcher. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Dingler. Good curveball, strike 3. That one just snapped right in.
73 miles an hour. Detmer so far in this game has been outstanding using that four-seamer. Take a look at our StatCast 3D, powered by Google Cloud. The four-seamer and the slider so far of the 41 pitches they've thrown, 24 four-seamers, 17 sliders, a lot of them outside the strike zone. Then he drops the yellowhammer, the curveball, drops it in there at 73.
Spencer Torkelson with one out. Another good breaking ball. This time the slider in for a strike.
You notice though with Reed Detmers though, when he'll start using his changeup as the game progresses. That was the first one there. It's tough to have the feel for that, the first one, but it's an effective pitch for him.
Torkelson he did hold his swing. 2 balls, 1 strike. Torkelson kind of an all or nothing hitter at this point, hitting .207 on the year, but he does have 16 home runs.
Tied him up with a fastball there. 96. Good ride to it.
2-2. Well, Detmers looks nice and refreshed coming out of the All-Star break. A little bit less of a layoff for him. His last appearance was July 9th when the Angels were in Texas, so 8 days ago. 2-2 as Torkelson takes ball 3.
There's a strikeout in his game. I think we might try that slider down and in. See if we get that punch out.
It's a swing and a miss, strike 3. So Detmers does get that slider down enough for Torkelson to swing right through it. 5 strikeouts.
A little bit of a change of eye level. The four-seam fastball, the one before it, and spins that slider down in the zone and gets that punch out.
Torkelson frustrated by that strikeout, although it's his 123rd of the year. You'd think he'd been there and done that by now. Here's Riley Green stroking one to the right side. That's down for a base hit. As it bounces into the corner, it's at least 2 bases here for Green.
Such a good hitter. Jumped on that slider.
First extra base hit for the Tigers tonight. First man in scoring position.
That slider in the strike zone. He's been a guy that's always been aggressive when you think about it on the first pitch. Went into this game 438 on the first pitch put in play. 21 for 48 with 3 home runs. He's got a double in that first pitch.
Here is Eduardo Valencia with 2 outs and a man on second. There's that curveball dropping in again for a strike. Valencia had a home run in his first major league at bat last week. No balls, 2 strikes now. First Tiger to do that since Akil Baddoo in 2021.
So he takes that first pitch curveball. He expands his zone on that four-seam fastball. You would think you're going to try to get him to chase now out of the strike zone. Even take a chance of bouncing something.
0-2 the count. That's a foul past third, where the Tigers have a new third base coach, Joey Cora. Both Cora brothers got shown out this year. Alex Cora fired as Red Sox manager, and Joey Cora let go recently as third base coach of the Tigers. So they have Billy Boyer coaching third now. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Detmer strikes out 3 in the inning. Angels baseball on AB TV, presented by Pechanga Resort Casino. Look at this beautiful place in Orange County. Angels are back home. There's Pechanga.
Yes. Beautiful day. Beautiful day.
Vaughn Grissom with a line drive to left, and that's a base hit, falling in front of his old high school teammate Riley Green.
He made a play against him earlier in the game.
I know. He got Green out. Green could not return the favor. Grisham has a leadoff base hit.
On base twice already tonight. Jumped on that one. Was able to bring his hands in. It was running in on him. Gets it in front of Riley Green.
So the Angels with their leadoff man on as Denzer Guzman bats. Struck out his first time.
The leadoff batter on all 4 innings now.
They cashed it in once. Neto scored in the first after he had a leadoff single, and a couple of walks helped him get home. Only run scored on a ground out. Josh Lowe bouncing in Neto. 1-1 strike. Called that a fastball, but it looked like the cutter from Troy Melton. Melton's allowed 2 runs or fewer in 7 of his first 8 starts this year.
I mean, overall, their starting staff has been really, really good. Now that they're getting everyone back healthy.
Well, Skubal and Mize the next 2 days, so we'll have a look at the 3 best of the Tigers starters right now. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Guzman. I mentioned Verlander earlier, who will miss a lot more time, but Cater Montero's done a good job for them. Framber Valdez on the bereavement list right now, but he's expected back early next week. They have Jack Flaherty. Two balls and 2 strikes on Guzman. Overall, this Tigers staff has been pretty good. They've blown some leads, though. Back end of their bullpen's been a bit shaky, including Kenley Jansen was really good for the Angels last year.
He was about locked in.
Guzman gave us the old Chris Webber there.
Yes.
Tried to challenge without one left. Tarik Skubal tomorrow, last year's Cy Young winner in the American League, and the year before that as well, back-to-back winner for the AL Cy Young.
Look at that stretch. His whip during that stretch from 23 through 25.
Jalopy with a bouncer to short. McKinstry to second for 1, lead to first, and Torkelson holds the bag for the double play. An actor from the Detroit area, J.K. Simmons, is at the ballpark tonight over Tigers TV booth. He's on more baseball broadcasts than I am. Yeah. This guy's always on baseball broadcasts.
Look, he's got his glove and everything. He's ready.
He's going to catch one in that booth.
Yeah, it's for the love of the game. That's why he's making that play.
It certainly is. They get more foul balls in that booth than we do.
Yes. I like the beard. He played in the movie Red. He was Santa Claus in that, so he's continued. Just in case there's a sequel for that one.
He's a little late for our Christmas in June. Yes. It was a few weeks ago.
I asked him about it, the accountant. I said that was one of my all-time favorites. He says, "Wait till you see the second one," and then the second one was really good.
I haven't seen the second one yet.
Oh, it's so good.
It is.
Yeah, he didn't fare too well in it, but the rest of the guys did.
Well, spoiler. Strike out. How you leave. 1 ball, 1 strike. Not that long. It took him like a decade to make the account too, didn't it?
Yeah, that was about 2 years ago.
I like the first one though.
Oh yeah, so good.
1 ball, 1 strike on Hao-Yu Lee, who struck out his first time. Detmers has fanned 6 tonight, including all 3 outs in the 4th inning, sandwiched around the double that Riley Green hit.
Boy, it's been some tight games already in baseball. Miami playing so well. They're extra innings with Milwaukee. 1-1.
Bottom of the 10th in Milwaukee. That's where the Angels will be to start next season.
Yes. As always, the Halos on the road to start the year.
Every single year. It'll be a very balmy Milwaukee on March 25th. At least they got a roof, though, unlike Wrigley Field, where we froze our buns off this year.
Yes.
At the beginning of the season.
That was a comfortable freezing.
Ball 3. Wrigley will host next year's All-Star game. They unveiled the logo for the 2027.
I think they'll boo the visiting guys as far as the home run derby, you think?
Well, if they're wearing the Cardinal uniform, then yes.
There's a good chance of Walker's in that one.
3-2 on Lee. Swatted toward right center. It moves Trout back, but he's there and he makes the catch. One out here in the 5th. The schedule was released yesterday, and this is what it looks like in some regard. Opening day in Milwaukee. The Cubs will actually be here for the home opener. We'll show them what good weather looks like in the early part of the season. The Freeway Series in late May and mid-July. It'll be this series actually next year, right after the All-Star break at Dodger Stadium. The Red Sox are here in late May. The Yankees in late August for the 67th season of Angels baseball in 2027. There's a fly ball toward the right field line. Long run at Dell as he falls short. It's a fair ball.
Right off the chalk.
That ball hit the chalk fair, so Malgiri has a double down the right field line.
You know that netting down there too. You got to make that play.
Yeah, that's in play.
That's right on the chalk.
Makes it easier for the umpires when you get a cloud of chalk. As Malgiri kept that fair, so he's in scoring position with 1 out, and the batter will be McKinstry.
Not hit hard, but placed perfectly.
McKinstry made the All-Star team last year. I still think Zach Neto should have been an All-Star last year over McKinstry.
I didn't have a problem with him if he made it this year either.
Yeah.
41 extra base hits for Neto coming into this game here tonight. 41.
The ball's 1 strike on McKinstry as he flails at that, and it's 0-2. I thought especially last year Neto deserved it over McKinstry. That's why I took it out on pause when we were in Detroit.
Well, as well you should. And you rewarded some pizza though, so you were all right.
Yeah, we came out a winner in the end. No balls, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss, strike 3. McKinstry chases a slider in the dirt. O'Hoppe will get the official out at first.
I love what he did there. Finish him off as quick as possible. You don't need a set-up pitch. You already set him up with a couple of those swings. Finish him off with a nice slider.
7 strikeouts now for Reed.
That was a great target set by O'Hoppe. Off the plate 0-2. And got him the chase off the plate. Kept it in front also. Nice job by O'Hoppe and Reed Detmers.
Detmers has now had at least 6 strikeouts in 9 of his last 12 starts. 7 so far tonight.
130 on the season.
It's a big number. A real shot, you'd figure, at having a 200 strikeout season before it's all over.
Good curveball there too.
Detmers now with 130 strikeouts, tied with Paul Skeens for the 7th most in the majors. The ball's 2 strikes on Vierling. Now it's 1-2. And 6 pitchers ahead of Detmers, including Jacob Mizorowski, who leads the majors with 167. He's up by 20 over everybody else. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the count on Vierling. High pop up, shallow left. Josh Lowe comes in for it. He's there. Detmers holding on to this 1-0 lead. Each week is coming to the Big A. The first 25,000 fans Wednesday, July 29th against the Astros. I think that's Gooby right there.
Oh yeah.
We'll get a City Connect beach towel courtesy of Tempe Tourism. Angels.com/promotions for more info.
Just hanging down the beach the whole time during the All-Star break.
Dana Point.
Yes.
What a place.
It is unreal. High tide. There was a lot of surfers out. A ton of surfers.
You didn't get out and chop it up on the water, did you?
You know me and water.
Zach Neto swings and misses. The Schuylkill River took care of you on that one.
Yeah. Yeah, that might set you back. Give you a new reason to fear water when you think of Schuylkill River back home.
1 ball, 1 strike on Neto. Base hit and a run scored in the first. The only run so far in the game. Troy Melton has dealt with some traffic, but only just the 1 run allowed. The Angels have had their leadoff man on in every inning. Ground ball in the hole. It is fielded by a man who fell down. McKinstry grabbed a seat. Zach Neto has an infield hit.
Hawk would say grab some bench.
McKinstry grabbed some grass here.
And once that guy got by McGonigal, it was going to be a real tough play anyhow. He's trying to field that pivot in one motion, make the throw across the diamond, unable to do so.
Now all 5 innings in which the Angels have had their leadoff man on. Neto's been on twice. Zach Neto with a run scored earlier. His 68th run scored.
Pretty big lead here. Not an easy combination to steal against, though. Melton pretty quick to the plate. Dingler with a good throwing arm.
1 ball, 1 strike. Well, Neto has a chance to lead the American League in runs scored. He's first right now. And the last Angel to do that, the man at the plate, Mike Trout, who scored 123 in 2016. Last time he led the American League in runs scored.
Been impressed by Melton, even though his command hasn't been as effective as we've seen so far this season. But he's a grinder out there. He's attacking. Doesn't quite have that. Oh, there you got it back up there at 96. He's been settling around 93 the last few fastballs. He's been really impressive.
1 ball, 2 strikes on Trout. Only one man in the majors with more runs scored than Neto, and it's James Wood of the Nationals, who has 89 runs scored. Neto has 68. Swing and a miss by Trout, and as Melton gets the strikeout.
One of some of those hitters for the Nationals will be having fun up in West Sacramento.
Probably. He's fired their pitching coach over the last weekend.
That was a 97-mile-an-hour fastball down the heart of the plate. You see that when that swing there by Trout just pulled off that one.
Washington has a lead in Sacramento tonight, 4-2.
Still just going back to Boston. They just keep winning every game. Sweeping the Rays in a double dip.
I think 2 weeks ago the A's were right there and the Red Sox were back in the wild card picture. Now the A's have fallen out almost completely. They've lost 9 in a row. They're 14 games under 500. Here's Neto caught between first and second as he falls down. Torkelson runs him towards second base. And now Neto with a spin move finally gets tagged out for the second out of the inning. So 2 away. The Red Sox with their 11-game winning streak, they're at 500 now, and they're the 3rd wild card in the American League.
Caught in between that hop he goes when he's going to try to steal a base. The only thing you can hope for is make contact with Torkelson there.
1-3-6, 3-4.
Hut, hut.
Caught stealing. Pitcher to first base to shortstop to first base to second base. 2 outs as Nolan Shonowell bats.
Second pick off the season for Melton.
The curveball landed. We haven't seen a bunch of those from Melton tonight, but he dropped one in on Shonowell.
Frustrated, looking for his 13th stolen base.
Caught stealing a number of times now. That's number 9. Shonowell taps one to Lee at second base. And that ends the 5th. Nice outing brewing for Reed Detmers. 5 innings. He has not allowed a run. He hasn't walked anybody, and he has struck out 7 Tigers. He's had to maintain a 1-0 lead since the first, and so far he has.
Yeah, I mean his curveball now has been an effective pitch along with how good that 4-seamer and slider have been.
Got McGonigal out twice. McGonigal flied out his last time, and now a soft ground ball puts Zach Neto into the picture as McGonigal is 0 for 3.
You like those quick outs too as you get a little deeper in the game. Reed Detmers, Wayne, so far, I mean he's got everything working. That slider has been sharp spin. Best spin I've seen from him on a slider in about 4 or 5 starts. Then he drops that curveball in there. But he's shown enough fastballs to set up those secondary pitches so effectively. You go back to his last 17 home starts. He's gotten a total of 33 runs of runs to work with on the mound. That's why he's been struggling to win these games at home. This 17 total in 17 starts with one today, giving him now 34 and 18 starts at home.
Not very many.
No.
1 ball, no strikes on Dylan Dingler. It's a fly ball to center field. Trout lines that up. It's 2 quick outs here in the 6th inning, and give us a quick ride with Hyundai.
Enjoy your new car.
Thanks, gotta run. Okay, bye.
Deal so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event.
And that great game that Detmers had against the Rangers, remember, he got no decision in that because the team didn't score until they put the game away in extra innings to win that game 2-1. It's hard to have a 14 strikeout, 1 hitter and get a no decision. There's a liner right into the Tiger booth. Did Dan Petrie catch that?
Look at that.
Oh my goodness.
There he is. That's
with the glove.
Champion. What a play.
Dropped it on the transfer, but that was a clean catch.
That was outstanding. Look at that play. Tell you, that 84 team is still the best I've ever seen. Look, even in the booth it is.
That is an incredible play.
Wow.
By Dan Petrie.
Whew. That was a rocket.
That had some steam on it. But I guess the glove we saw J.K. Simmons using.
Happy to be out of there.
Yeah, that hit him right between the eyes.
He might not have been no more Santa Claus. He might have been back from the counting 3.
1 ball, 2 strikes on Torkelson. Dan Petrie. When that ball went into the booth, even with the headset on, you could hear a thud.
Yep.
And either it was somebody's face or it was a caught ball. Unfortunately, it was a caught ball.
That was unbelievable. Wow.
Well, kudos to Dan Petrie over there on Tigers television.
Yes. That was outstanding.
2-2 on Torkelson.
Always loved watching him compete too. Local guy here too.
He went to El Dorado High School. Dan Petrie. I like him because he kind of looks like Mike Ditka.
That's a good call. That's a real good call. He caught that ball like Mike Ditka over the middle of the field.
2 balls and 2 strikes. Dan Petrie was an 18-game winner for the '84 Tigers. Made the All-Star team in '85. Pitched for the Angels for a couple of years too, '88 and '89.
Yep.
Little tapper, and Detmers handles that to work a 1-2-3 inning. Flash you back to the 1984 World Series just to placate our producer Evan Schloff. As the Tigers won that World Series 35-5 to start the year. For the first quarter of that season, the best record of all time. Kirk Gibson's dramatic home run against Goose Gossage. Although Gibson would also hit another dramatic home run later on in a different World Series. As a Dodger, Dan Petrie, 1984 world champion for the Detroit Tigers.
Took us out in 3 games. That was when it was a best of 5 ALCS. They were close games, including a 1-0 finisher in game 3. That was really comfortable, finding my way from the bullpen and finding my way to the bus too. That was very comfortable at Old Tiger Stadium.
1984 American League Championship Series. Charlie Liebrandt had a CG loss.
The old complete loss.
One of those games.
They lost game 1 in extra innings too, I think it was.
Yeah, you had two. Saberhagen pitched pretty well in that first game and lost. Liebrandt the complete game loss. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
The bullpens in that old Tiger Stadium were interesting. You were down below, it felt below sea level, working your way back up there to start throwing. It was tough. Fans were pretty tough on you there.
Kirk Gibson hit a home run in that ALCS. So did Alan Trammell, Lance Parrish. Sorry to hear that you had a rough go of it down there.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I got plenty of other stories when we got on the bus after we were eliminated, too, as they were celebrating on Michigan Avenue. It was not a lot of fun trying to get out of there.
3-2 as Soler swings through that, and that's strike 3. So these two starters have been up to the task so far tonight. On the Angels side, Detmer's 6 scoreless innings and 7 strikeouts. Now Melton has fanned 8 with only 1 run allowed.
All those pitches too when you think about it in that first inning or so.
Angels bullpen is up, so it looks like Detmer's at 86 pitches right now. Might be done with 6 innings under his belt. Good performance from Detmer's. Not really much strain other than it's been a 1-0 game. A couple of men in scoring position. That's been it. 0-2 on Josh Lowe. Still has the only RBI tonight, coming on a ground out.
Melton's got his fastball velo still working in 96. This kid's been really impressive.
The ball was fouled back toward the PA booth, although the catch was not made in there. Like how Dan Petrie snagged that one in the last half.
Well, often we say the best athletes are pitchers. It's on display again.
Who's we?
I know you always say it. At least it's always in the back of your mind.
Absolutely. Hopefully it stays there. Swing and a miss by Lowe. Another strikeout for Melton. That's 9 now. 2 out, nobody on, and AJ Inch is running out to the mound.
He looks like he's done now.
Yeah,
two strikeouts in a row.
AJ went out there, a man on a mission. Melton with 9 strikeouts, tying his career high, and yet he will be lifted from this game. Ball on AB TV, brought to you by Infinity. Experience their luxury SUVs. Your local retailer today. By the OC Healthcare Agency, your mental wellness resource. And by StubHub, a proud partner of Angels baseball. Tigers go to their bullpen after Troy Melton struck out the first 2 hitters of the inning. Cater Montero, who has started some games and been kind of a swingman for them since their rotation got a little healthier, is now on the mound to face Joe Adell. As Montero pumps in a strike.
He has fastball 93-97. We'll throw a sinker along with a 4-seamer, curveball, slider, changeup.
Saw Montero earlier this season in Detroit as a starter. He's done a nice job for them by and large, really over the last few seasons. No balls, 2 strikes. Troy Melton gets pulled mid-inning after 5 2/3, striking out 9.
He was outstanding.
Worked around some trouble.
0 ERA on the season. I think that's pretty solid.
I think so. Second straight start, striking out 9. Had some issues in the first inning, but he was able to correct it. Angels have their leadoff man on base in every inning except for this one. And Detmer's might be done too after 6 shutout innings. So a good pitcher's duel. We will not see a pitcher's duel of the old vintage throwback era where a 1-0 game would be the 2 starters going all 9.
What's fun would that be if you're a manager trying to take Nolan Ryan out of a game like that with that amount of pitches? That was probably like 4 innings for Nolan Ryan.
2 balls, 2 strikes on Joe Adell. I'm sure Nolan Ryan and Jack Morris had some backs and forths like we saw here tonight, but again, guys you expect to go the distance in those types of battles. Detmers and Melton did their part tonight. 3-2 on Adell. A swing and a miss on a pitch that was seemingly out of the zone as two Tiger pitchers strike out the side in the 6th. With both starting pitchers working effectively tonight. Detmers was good from the get-go, and Troy Melton, after a rough first inning, found his way as well.
I mean, combined for 16 punch-outs in under 12 innings pitched. Very manageable pitch counts too.
Melton, that's a real Nolan Ryan tribute from Melton, as he matched his career high in both walks and strikeouts tonight.
Yes. Never get comfortable in the batter's box if you're a hitter against him tonight, and not a lot of comfortable swings, although they did have some leadoff traffic, the Halos, against them.
Well, not a lot of comfort against Ryan Zefferjohn of late either. He has really pitched tremendously well over the last month or so. And he replaces Detmers here in the 7th with a 1-0 Angel lead. Riley Green leading off, taking strike 1.
That's the big reason right there, is Zefferjohn's dominance of late is trusting and using his fastball.
This is an 18-inning stretch now for Zefferjohn since June 1st, where he's allowed just 2 earned runs with 30 strikeouts. Had a 15-inning scoreless streak in that mix, had an 11-inning hitless streak in that mix. So Zefferjohn has really dominated over the last several weeks. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Green.
And because his trust and use of his four-seam fastball, his sweeper's been better, his cutter's been better.
Just a total turnaround for Zefferjohn from where he was earlier in the year, and really from where he was most of last season. Two balls, 2 strikes on Green. Kerry Carpenter is on deck. Nobody likes to switch their players around in the middle of a game more than A.J. Hinch. Swing and a miss, strike 3.
98-mile-an-hour four-seam fastball from Zefferjohn. Had him thinking possibly going with that sweeper, instead spotted that 98 perfectly.
So Zefferjohn strikes out the first batter he faces. Now Hoppy goes to the mound to talk about the scouting report, with Carpenter hitting for Valencia.
Dangerous hitter here.
Carpenter certainly can be. He has not quite lived up this season to what he has put together over the last couple. Had some injury problems too over the last few years, but 26 home runs last year, a career high. He's hit just 13 so far this year, and he's only batting .222 for the season.
Generally really aggressive on the first pitch, but a lot of power. He's got a couple home runs when he's put the first pitch in play.
A couple of home runs in the playoffs last year too against the Mariners. Strike to Carpenter. You do get hot, as we'll have our Hyundai 7th-inning stretch coming up, and you do get to the playoffs. If you're the Tigers, this is like a perfect postseason batter right here, Carpenter, because he can launch one at any time. It's this one off the top of the ball though, and hits a bouncer that Grissom fields for the 2nd out.
That's a good pitch too. Back-to-back good fastballs. That's always the key, to get him hit on top of the baseball like that.
So now Hao-Yu Lee will bat for himself with 2 out and nobody on. Tigers do have Colt Keith, a left-handed option off the bench, but they're going to stick with Lee here.
Cole Keith with pretty good numbers against the Halos this season also.
I thought he would be the option here, but Zefferjohn faces the right-handed batting Lee and pumps in a strike. And it's 0-2. The fastball right by him.
Some life on that one. Another 98-mile-an-hour fastball from Zefferjohn.
Tough loss for the Padres tonight. Beaten by the Royals 7-6. San Diego had a 6-3 lead entering the bottom of the 10th and blew it.
They escaped a bases loaded no-out jam in the bottom of the 9th, thinking they were going to win that game up by 3.
Yeah, they can't afford that right now. 0-2. Padres are just trying to hang on. But they're playoff possibilities aren't looking too hot right now. Third in their division and a few games out of the National League wildcard picture. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And that just missed. The Angels can't challenge.
And he would have won that challenge.
They lost both of their challenges in the first 3 innings of this game.
Missed call, though, behind the plate.
Yeah, that too. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Zefferjon rolls through the Tigers here in the 7th. 2 strikeouts protecting a 1-0 lead. We'll have our Hyundai 7th inning stretch as the Braves battered the Texas Rangers tonight. Drake Baldwin had a 5 RBI game. He really struggled after coming back from the injured list, but trying to get back on track. Roughed up the Rangers tonight. In Colorado, it's a ballpark that is known for a lot of triples. Well, Spencer Steer decided to get all 4 bases here as that ball rolled away off the wall. And it was an inside the park home run as the Reds beat the Rockies in a battle of 2 last place teams at Coors Field. Mark Gubicza, Wayne Randazzo, and Gooby. The Angels have had a very well-pitched game so far tonight.
Reed Detmer's so good. I mean, I love his slider depth. We talked about it as a go-to today, and he trusted his fastball. Speaking of trusted fastball, Zefferjon, he's throwing some gas, 98-mile-an-hour gas, is trying to hold on to a 1-0 lead here. The local kid, Troy Melton, threw the ball exceptionally well for the Tigers today, too.
How about on throwback week, Dan Petrie catching that ball in the booth?
Real athlete.
This has been our Hyundai 7th inning stretch. Of this series, it'll be a 7 o'clock start tomorrow, so we'll have our pregame coverage begin at 6:30. Grayson Rodriguez for the Halos against 2-time Cy Young winner Tarek Skubal.
Grayson Rodriguez, tremendous career numbers against the Tigers, 2-0 with a 0.60 ERA.
Pitched well against them in Detroit earlier this season. And we'll see Skubal tomorrow. There'll be so much attention every time Skubal takes the ball from here on out because the direction of the Tigers is unknown, and Skubal is the biggest trade chip out there probably for any team. Grissom inside out, swung a liner to right, and it's caught.
It's throwback, destination unknown. That's where Skubal. Gotta bring all that throwback together there for you, Wayne.
Thank you very much. 1 out here in the 7th inning. But the Tigers, if they don't come back tonight, they'll be 9 games under 500. It's hard to really hang on to your World Series dreams when you're not even a 500 team, and it would take a lot of work for Detroit to get up to 500 here before the trade deadline. Swing and a miss by Guzman. Their series after this one, they go to Wrigley Field, then they're home against Kansas City for 4 games, home against Baltimore for 3, then they're in Sacramento for 3 games, leading them right to the deadline. So not a lot of time to figure out your course. And any loss puts a trade possibility of Skubal even more into the headlines.
Yep.
No balls, 2 strikes on Guzman. Sam Bachman readying in the Angels bullpen as Kurt Suzuki has deployed Zefferjon. Looks like he'll deploy Bachman next, and then I guess Kirby Yates would get the 9th inning tonight. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Guzman.
Real happy with what we saw from Reed Detmers today, though. Excellent.
3rd time Guzman has struck out Montero with the punch. 2 outs here in the 7th, as we will hear from Jack in the Box.
Don't get FOMO. Get my Philly style bonus jack combos and new Philly munchie meal.
Welcome to Jack in the Box.
You know where I'm stopping on the way home, though.
Oh, yeah. Here's Ohapi 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a double play ball. Well, Detmer's name is popping up in trade rumors as well. We'll see what the Angels' course of direction is as far as that goes. But Reed Detmers was very strong tonight.
Yeah, there's scouts here, which we assume there is. They had to love what they saw from him today.
It's going to be a seller's market. There's a ground ball to short from Ohapi. And McKinstry throws him out. So quick 7th inning. It's still 1-0 as we go to the 8th. For a limited time, you can save 20% on Angels.TV seasonal pass. And stream Angels baseball in market all summer long. Watch games at home or on the go, live or on demand. Subject to national exclusivities. Visit Angels.TV for details. And take advantage of this limited time offer. If you get a chance to get a discounted price on watching Gooby and I, you should take it.
Yes, there's no question about that.
Gooby and me. Those bad grammar. Sam Bachman is the new pitcher. As Colt Keith will come off the bench now to bat in place of the right fielder Malgiri. Expected to see Keith against one of these right-handed relievers, and here he is. Started to hit the ball out of the ballpark a little bit here lately. All the Tigers really have. Detroit has led the majors in homers since June 1st. Seemed like earlier in the year they were sacrificing power to just get hits. They've changed that approach. They've hit a lot more home runs. They've scored a lot of runs. Though we have not seen that tonight. They haven't scored any.
Oh, it's great pitching by the Halos so far.
Tigers averaging 5.1 runs per game since June 1st. Second in the American League. First in homers. And ball 2 strikes on Keith.
Cole Keith this season against Halos 4 for 7.
Swatted foul.
Elevated that one there. Sinker ran, flattened up top.
Keith gets a piece there to stay alive. Angel pitchers have struck out 9 in 7 innings tonight. Tigers have 4 hits. They have not walked in this game. Last Tiger base runner was Malgiri when he doubled off the chalk down the right field side. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That's 9 in a row set down by Angels pitchers.
Real good arm action on the changeup. That's his neutralizing pitch, I think, at times against left-handed batters. That changeup. It's a real good one. Turns it over, runs off the outside part of the plate. Solid pitch.
It's the 10th strikeout by an Angels pitcher tonight. Mentioned that Atlanta win tonight. They beat Texas 15-1. The last 2 innings of that game were pitched by Victor Medeiros, a former Angel. Remember, he was traded to Atlanta earlier in the year when the Angels DFA'd him.
Always liked his stuff.
Medeiros allowed 1 run in the final 2 innings of that game, pitching behind Chris Sale. But he also was allowed to bat in that game as the Braves, with a big lead, put their DH in to play first base, which lost the DH. So Medeiros, he batted, and he had a 2-run single.
Okay, now you're going to agree with me now, Wayne.
He did hit it off Kyle Higashioka.
Doesn't matter. He's a great athlete, like all pitchers.
It was a little lobber, and he ripped it. He did hit it hard. It was 104 miles an hour off the bat.
Wow.
So Victor Medeiros had a 2-run single in the game. And this day and age, a rare hit by a pitcher. You never even got to pinch hit when you played?
No.
That's unfortunate. You were in the majors a long time. How did that never happen?
That's a good rounds of BP, though. That's a plus. That's always a plus.
Did you pinch run ever?
No.
Never even pinch ran. That's hard to believe.
It's not right.
Did any of your teammates get to pinch run?
It's all one time.
Just once.
Saberhagen, it didn't work out well for him, man.
You wrote it.
He forgot to kind of go on a base hit in the outfield. So that kind of set us all back.
Swing and a miss by McKinstry, strike 3.
Another good changeup.
McKinstry has struck out 3 times. 2 out, nobody on. Let's take a ride with Kia. And a pleasant ride indeed. 2 outs. Here is Vierling, who had a base hit in the 3rd inning. Vierling in the leadoff spot, but he has not been on base a whole lot this season. Well, he won't be in that spot tomorrow with Rodriguez pitching, but a .260 on base percentage for the guy leading off in this Tiger lineup tonight.
The importance right here of this batter here for Bachman when you see who's waiting on deck for the Tigers.
It's McGonigal in the on deck circle. Still got to go through McGonigal, Dingler, and maybe Green one more time tonight. 2 balls and a strike on Vierling. This Tiger lineup has certainly been tamed by Detmers, Zephyr-John, and Bachman. Little looper into right center, and Vierling is on for the 2nd time as a 2-out single.
Just upstairs on that sinker, and he just tried to punch that ball to the outfield and did so. Not hit extremely hard, but an elevated pitch, and he punched it.
So now McGonigal will get a chance with 2 outs. McGonigal has not hit for a lot of power yet at the major league level, but you get a sense this is going to be a guy who can hit 20 homers, 30 doubles, and 10 triples in his season.
11 stolen bases, hasn't been caught once yet.
He plays the game hard too. Here's a note from Blake as Ohapi goes to the mound. This is why I said it was hard to believe you never had an at-bat. It was historic, the fact that you never had an at-bat.
Well, that's the way I am.
You had the 3rd most innings pitched of any player in Major League history with no at-bats.
Yes.
Ron Guidry,
Gator,
and Mike Flanagan are the only pitchers in the history of baseball to have more innings pitched and no at-bats than you.
I feel pretty good then about myself. That's well I should. It was the fear of what the pitchers would have to do if I was in the batter's box. They were just saying, no, let's keep him in that dugout as much as possible.
Well, Saberhagen definitely ruined the running thing for you guys.
Yes. Oh, yes.
No balls and a strike. Pitch way inside. By the way, the new pitching coach for the A's, it's not mattering in Sacramento. 10 runs allowed by the A's staff tonight. Figured when Jose Suarez got into that, the A's were in trouble. They were. 10-2, Washington with the lead.
Especially the way Washington could swing the bat in that ballpark.
Yeah, that's the last thing you want is the Nationals to show up when you're pitching poorly as a team. Harry Ford with a home run. He just got called up. I believe that's his first major league home run. 2 balls and a strike. McGonigal fouls one off.
It's a perfect time when we were playing the Tigers. Not Henry Ford, but Harry Ford.
The Ford company has definitely had some success in Michigan. 2 balls and 2 strikes on McGonigal. 2 out with a man on first in this 1-0 game. It's been 1-0 since the 1st inning. Runner going, throw to second, and he is safe. Veerling ruled safe at second. He did not have much of a jump.
Neto thought he got him on the tag.
I thought he got him too. Ohapi's throw with a short hop in there. Neto with a quick apply of the tag.
They're definitely going to take a look at that when Neto's already walking off the field.
I thought he was out from here. Take a look. He's out. Unless he missed the tag, he's out.
See if he got his elbow here. He got his elbow, he's out.
Oh, yeah, he's definitely got him. Right?
You're always concerned about that call stands on that one, too.
Well, Neto motioned right away, so he had to have felt something on the tag attempt of Veerling.
Veerling was looking in, too, going, oh, please don't challenge that, too. He had that look.
Well, hard to tell on the replay. Not a lot of obvious movement on the tag attempt, but we'll see. Neto believed the tag was down. The throw beat him.
Yeah, the longer it takes, though, the more you feel that could be that call stands. And with this count right now, I wouldn't go after McGonigal at all. I make him chase out of the strike zone, even though Dingler's been really, really good. Now they're throwing the ball in already, so.
Yeah, the count here would be 3-2. Well, that's just Bachman wants to warm up as they take a little more time to figure out this replay at second base. They showed it on the stadium video board here. Neto trying to get that tag down. I thought he got him. See if Lance Barksdale has some news for us.
Everyone's walking off the field for the Angels.
Yeah, Adele's already at shortstop.
No.
Kurt Suzuki or somebody
After
just
review, the call on the field stands. The runner is safe.
So we thought it was going to be in the end.
Kurt Suzuki is not pleased with that call. It's hard to tell from that angle if the tag was on or not. The Angels were stunned. Neto can't believe it. I mean, there must have been some feeling on Neto's side.
I would not give him anything to hit right here for sure.
3-2 on McGonigal. Runner at second base now. Veerling gets the steal.
And I think if he throws the changeup, you got to be ready if you're Denzer Guzman on that left side by yourself over there.
Swing and a miss. Bachman strikes him out.
Got him with the changeup out of the zone.
3 strikeouts in the inning.
Didn't give him anything good to hit. He went fishing.
Bachman went into overdrive.
Yes, he did.
Angels' upcoming schedule. ABTV will give you most of these games presented by Tonga Resort Casino. ESPN on Monday night as the Cardinals are in town, but the Angels and Tigers through the weekend, then St. Louis, then a trip to San Francisco, the Angels and the Giants.
Cardinals have played well this season. Glad.
Yeah.
I'm sure you're glad to hear that, right?
A lot of young players there. Weatherholt has been really good for them. Walker obviously has blossomed into a really good player. So the Cardinals are starting to trend back in the right direction after a couple of lean years. Asked John Mozeliak about it. He brought a lot of those players into the Cardinal organization that are thriving now. Tigers moving a lot of players around as Colt Keith stays in the game to play third base. He kicks McGonigal to shortstop and moves McKinstry to right field. Neto hammers one foul.
For a little insurance here.
It's Keith at third. McGonigal at short. McKinstry in right. A.J. Hinch like a nutty professor in that Tiger dugout, moving guys around. 2 balls and a strike on Neto. Cater Montero has retired all 4 batters he has faced so far. mentioned Montero is kind of a multiple inning reliever after having started a number of times this year. Just a one-man bullpen for A.J. Hinch so far tonight behind Troy Melton.
Kirby Yates getting warmed up down in the bullpen.
Try a save in the ninth inning if this score holds similarly as Neto strikes out. One away here in the eighth. Third strikeout for Montero. Montero only his sixth relief effort. He made 15 starts throughout the season so far as Trout stands in. Trout doubled earlier, the only Angels extra base hit.
Tied him up with a fastball in there.
Angels scored a run in the first, had the bases loaded. Josh Lowe grounded out to score Neto. And that's it, the only run of the game. Tigers have really only had a couple of chances to score. They have not had a man on third base all night. 0 for 4 with runners in scoring position. Angels are 0 for 5.
Yates with 2 career saves against the Tigers. It was a pretty solid ERA, 2.81.
Well, in the ninth inning, Dingler, Torkelson, Green, Carpenter are the batters due up. So it won't be easy for Yates if it stays 1-0.
Good chance of getting a fastball here for Trout. See if he can get a hold of one.
Swing and a miss by Trout, and it's 2-2. Say with the Angels going to San Francisco, it's weird how little the time the Angels spend there now. They used to be there a lot because of the A's.
Yep.
Angels would stay in San Francisco. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Trout. And he's down on strikes as well. So Montero now has fanned 4 of the 6 batters that he has faced. 2 down. Now just go to San Francisco every other year.
Yes.
It's been a rough go for the Giants for most of this season as well under their new manager Tony Vitello. They're leading Seattle tonight 2-0 in the 6th. The Astros lost as well, beaten by Baltimore 3-2 tonight.
Texas lost also. It's so wide open, the AL West.
Well, someone will win the division. Someone will pop champagne for it, but whichever team it is will be one of the weaker division champions of all time. 1 ball, 1 strike on Shotwell.
Wow, that was a pretty good pitch.
Dingler will challenge it, and it's a strike.
Yeah, definitely going to be a strike.
Like Dingler's mechanism of challenging just dings the top of his helmet.
Strike. Detroit has 1 challenge, 2 challenges remaining.
Cardinals are ahead of Arizona tonight 3-2. They're in the 8th inning. Weatherholt, one of the larger all-star snubs, hit a home run for St. Louis tonight, his 14th.
Diamondbacks are a really interesting club. Every time you think they're, they start to struggle, they start playing better. They have a lot of talent on that team.
That's strike 3 called. The Angels can't challenge as they ran out earlier. So Shotwell down on strikes. Cater Montero strikes out the side. Angels baseball on ABTV, brought to you by your local Kia dealers. Visit kia.com to discover movement that inspires. By the Wells Fargo Active Cash Credit Card, an unlimited 2% cash rewards on purchases. Terms apply. And by Villa Ford of Orange. Step up to the plate and drive home a winner today at Villa Ford of Orange. So 1-0 lead for the Angels. Reed Detmers is trying to win a start at home for the first time since April of 2024.
So we're in 26 right now, right?
We're in July of 26, yes. Of course, he didn't start last year, but he did start for most of the 24 season at this level and all of this year so far, and he has not had a home start win since April of 24. He's trying to get one here, and Kirby Yates can help him get it. Jose Siri now in left field as Yates delivers ball 1 to Dylan Dingler. Siri is in left to help the defense out. Josh Lowe comes out of the game. He has the only RBI tonight. Two balls, no strikes on Dingler leading off.
All important first batter here for Yates.
It's a strike and it's 2-1. The only 1-0 win for the Angels this year was the night Joe Adell robbed all those home runs.
Mike Trout is playing back almost on the warning track in center field.
Well, maybe he'll try to rob a home run if Tiger looks for one here in the 9th inning to tie the game. Adell's pretty deep too and right, and Siri's deep and left. So respecting the power of Dingler, who leads the Tigers in homers. As he pops it up, Shonowell gives it a chase. It is out of play and out of reach.
That is a serious no doubles defense here.
Very deep. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Dingler leading off the 9th inning. Torkelson and Green follow. And Dingler gets dinged by that pitch. So Yates hits the leadoff batter.
Just dropped that wrist on a splitter and right in the tricep. Going back to Hyundai key for the game today. What's going on? The Angels so far have been excellent, especially on the pitching side. Now it'll be a pinch runner here for the Tigers. Got to win another 1-0 game here at the Big A this season.
Former Dodger James Outman that is running at first base for Dingler. Their other catcher is Jake Rogers. We'd see him if this game ends up in the bottom of the 9th. Kirby Yates trying to keep it from happening as Torkelson bats.
Got 5 stolen bases, been caught twice.
You think they'd want to run with Torkelson up. This is your double play candidate right here. 9 double plays hit into by Torkelson on the season. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-1. With a save tonight, Yates would tie Jordan Romano for the team lead. It would be his 4th. Romano had 4 in the first couple of weeks of the season. We have not seen him in an Angels uniform since late April. And he's still the team leader in saves.
Just a few weeks ago, picked up his career number 100th career save.
Looking for number 102 here tonight. No balls, 2 strikes on Torkelson. Riley Green on deck, by far the Tigers' best hitter. Upstairs, Yates hit Dingler to start the inning. Now Outman running in place of Dingler at first.
Feel like he might be going here, anticipating a splitter. Potential strike him out, throw him out maybe. Feel like he might be going.
1 ball, 2 strikes the count. 2-2. Outman holding at first so far.
He was thinking about going and stopped. Was a splitter.
Popped up. Shallow left center. Siri's got to come in for it. 1 out.
Ooh, that's a dangerous spot against Torkelson too. He's going to be frustrated on that one. Going back to the dugout.
We'll bring up Riley Green. And for what it's worth, the Tigers do have a stolen base tonight with Vierling in the 8th inning. But they run the least of any team in the major leagues. 32 stolen bases as a team. That is dead last in all of baseball.
It's been the case for a while too for the Tigers.
1 out. Here is Riley Green, though. Very dangerous bat. When we last saw the Tigers, Green really had not been hitting for power, despite all the home runs he hit last season. 36 of them. He'd gone over a month without a home run the last time we saw him, but now he has 13. He has started to find that power stroke.
So that's 2 throws over there now.
Green is at 9 of his 13 home runs for the season since June 1st. Outman with a big lead, not running. Green takes ball 1. Green was hitting well over 300 early in the season.
Just a real good approach. He can pull the ball. He can go the other way.
There goes Outman. Big jump. Throw to second. It is not in time. Neto with a quick tag. And he's in disbelief. He thought he had Outman. He thought he had Vierling earlier as well. The Tigers steal their second back tonight.
Quick tag. See if he get his foot in there before the tag was applied.
Yeah, he did.
Just got it in there now.
The tying run at second with 1 out. 1 ball, 1 strike on Green. And it's foul to make it 1-2.
Tying him up with a 4-seam fastball there too. You tell he, just by that reaction by Riley Green, he was thinking something down the splitter.
Angels trying to take the first game of this series coming out of the All-Star break. Trying to hold down a 1-0 lead in the 9th inning. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes on Green. His high point in the season, Green was hitting .335 around the middle of May, but he wasn't hitting for power. Since the home runs have gone back, the average has gone down. But I think the Tigers will take the power. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Green. He takes ball 3 with Kerry Carpenter, another power hitter, on deck.
You go with your bread and butter here, your #1 pitch. Love to be able to get him out. You can walk Carpenter if you're able to get Green out.
3 balls, 2 strikes, and it's ball 4. So Yates issues the first walk of the night from an Angels pitcher. First 2 Tigers to reach base without a hit tonight have come in this inning. A walk and a hit batsman. Now with Carpenter due up, you see Sammy Natera up in the Angels bullpen. Yates has now faced 3 hitters. See if Kurt Suzuki goes to the lefty here with the left-handed batting Carpenter due up. Tigers only have 1 player left on their bench, and it's their other catcher, Rogers, who they could technically use here if the Angels changed pitchers. Angels Live postgame presented by Kia is next. Angels are hoping the postgame show can start in the next few minutes. Tying run at second, Outman. Green the go-ahead run at first as Carpenter stands in. This has been a well-pitched game from Detmers, Zephyr-John, and Bachman. Yates trying to do his end of the deal and maintain this 1-0 lead and turn it into a victory. Runners going. Carpenter pops it up. Outman stumbled over third as he tries to go back to second base. Siri makes the catch, and the runners had enough time to get back.
We're going to make sure he was able to retag the base there.
Yeah, Guzman needs to go step on back.
Step on the bag.
He's about to now.
Oh, that was a break and a half. He had that easily stolen.
So the Angels do catch a break. That would have been a double steal. Carpenter pops out, 2 down. And now it's Hao-Yu Lee at the plate. All 1 to Lee.
Boy, they both had tremendous jumps. At first base, Riley Green's got to wait as the trail runner, but Outman had a gigantic jump.
Fly ball right center. Joe Adell on the run toward the gap. He can't reach it. It's off the wall. 1 run is in. Here comes Green. The go-ahead run scores, and Kirby Yates cannot hold down the 1-0 lead. The Tigers have come back with 2 outs here in the top of the 9th.
That ball was hit extremely hard too. A fastball down. Boy, just went with the pitch. Thought maybe Joe Adell could run that one down. He's made so many unbelievable catches, unable to get to that one. That was just hit it too hard.
Angels are asking if this ball went out of play, which it did not.
No.
So it is a 2-run double for Lee. Green scores the go-ahead run all the way from first. This will be a very quick review.
This is a crew chief review on the possibility of the ball leaving the ballpark and coming back in.
It's a blown save for Yates. He was in danger of now falling to 0-5. He has struggled in high leverage this season.
You can see right here, it bounces right off that yellow line, or just right below it. Actually, well below it. It's not even a. This should take half a second.
Yeah, that shouldn't even take as long as it is. But Reed Detmers gets a no decision. Still without a win and a home start since April of 2 years ago. And the Angels 1 out away from finishing the victory here tonight. Can't do it. They still have a chance in the bottom of the 9th to come back with Soler, Siri, and Adell due in.
The call on the field is confirmed. The ball stayed in the ballpark.
Hao-Yu Lee, rookie infielder, charging one into the gap in right center, scoring 2 runs. And the Tigers with a 2-1 lead now as Kurt Suzuki goes back to his bullpen. Score big on Authentic Gear, MLBshop.com. Official jerseys and memorabilia to hats and hoodies. We've got the season covered. MLBshop.com/Angels, the official source for your Angels gear. Now the Angels had maintained a 1-0 lead ever since the bottom of the 1st inning tonight, until there were 2 outs in the top of the 9th. And Hao-Yu Lee with a 2-run double into the gap in right center to score James Outman and Riley Green, giving Detroit their first runs and their first lead tonight. Sammy Natera is on the mound with Jake Rogers pinch hitting.
What is frustrating too, and that was a W for Reed Detmers, trying to get that first win at home in so long.
Well, Detmers was outstanding tonight. Maybe the one thing he didn't do was get a chance to go back out for the 7th inning, because then maybe Zephyr, John, and Bachman are the only relievers you need at that point. Kurt Suzuki went to the bullpen after 6 innings from Detmers. As Rogers lifts one out to center, Trout has the beat shy of the warning track to end the inning. It's 2-1 Detroit. We'll go to the bottom of the 9th. Detroit with a 2-1 lead thanks to Hao Yu Liu. Drove a double in the gap in right center field. 2 outs in the top of the 9th inning. This would be the Angels' 8th loss this season when leading after 8 innings. And many of them have come with just 1 out left to get. Cater Montero is still on the mound to try to get the last 3 outs. Detail Montero's effectiveness as a starter this year. And he's being used tonight as a long reliever behind Troy Melton. Montero's retired all 7 batters that he has faced. He has struck out 5 of them. And detailed the Tigers' changes as well, as Jake Rogers stays in the game to catch.
Another solid defender behind the plate too.
1 balls and a strike on Soler. So many changes, it might take us the whole half inning to tell you what they are. And it's 0-2 now on Soler. Outman stays into play center field. Matt Vierling moves over to right field, which puts Zach McKinstry back at shortstop where he started the game, which puts McGonigal back at third base where he started the game. And now Soler is hit by a pitch.
That's how Tigers got it started, and might see a runner here too.
That was on an 0-2 pitch.
You know how I feel about that up and in fastball. 2 strikes. That's the result. A lot or a flare to the outfield. A pinch runner now.
It's Wade Meckler going to first base.
The series going to be asked to bunt here now, just to try to manufacture a run to tie it up at the very least here.
We'll see. It's a lot to ask to give up an out in this spot as well. Let's see what Kurt Suzuki has in mind with Meckler now running for Soler at first.
Couple stolen bases.
Here he does square and takes a strike. Also should be noted here with the Tigers putting Rogers into catch and Outman into center field where the catcher spot was, they lose their DH.
Quick throw over.
Actually, I think they finagled this enough to keep their DH. So here's Siri squaring again and bunting it foul. So it's 0-2. I don't know. Giving up an out here when you don't have many left. Tough one to ask. 2-1 here, Detroit in the bottom of the ninth.
Only one stolen base against Montero so far. He's on the mound. Pretty quick to the plate.
No balls, 2 strikes. The count on Siri. Showed bunt on the first 2 pitches. That's line towards shallow center field. In comes Outman. He can't get it. Base hit.
You take that. Much better than a bunt.
Much better.
Yes.
So now you might be in a better bunting position, but you have Joe Adele up, who doesn't bunt much. So we'll see if Adele tries it.
Right down the heart of the plate again. Another one of those mistakes with 2 strikes. Take it.
Cater Montero breezed through his first 2 1/3 innings. But now in the bottom of the ninth, you know, it's different. This is a starting pitcher typically. Now he's trying to hold a 1-run lead in the bottom of the ninth inning.
A lot of pitchers really good that 7th and 8th inning. There's something about that last 3 outs is difficult in the 9th inning, especially a 1-run game.
Here's a little bloop. This will be an infield fly for Adele, who can't move the runners over. So Adele breaks his bat and pops out. 1 away. Of course, the Tigers have one of the great closers of all time in their bullpen in Kenley Jansen. He does have 4 blown saves this year. So for now, Jansen not even warming up. This is Montero's game to finish. Montero was used in late relief in the playoffs last year. As he pops in a strike to Peraza. He picked up his first major league save against the Mariners in the division series last year.
Got good power at right center field for Peraza. See if he can drive one there. There's a lot of room there.
He bounces it to third. McGonigal grabs it with a leap. Long throw across. Picked out by Torkelson. And they get the out at first.
Incredible. I mean, he went from third to short, back to third. We talked about 5 defensive run save. He saves 1 there.
Now Kurt Suzuki wants to know why this was ruled safe, or rather out at first, as Torkelson ended up dropping the ball at the end of it.
He was thinking was it a fair ball or not too. Definitely was.
For the crew chief review of the out call at first base.
So we'll see it here. Torkelson with the pick.
Oh, definitely out.
And then as he goes to pull the ball out, he drops it at the end, but it's definitely going to be an out.
That's a pretty good scoop there too.
Torkelson did drop it there at the end, but that was well after the fact.
Well, that was a real solid play by McGonigal.
He had to get pretty high for that ball too. This out should be maintained. And Denzer Guzman will have a chance now to win the game.
After review, the call on the field is confirmed. The runner is out.
Meckler advances to third on the play. Siri to second. So you have good speed out there.
There, just 1 wild pitch all season though.
Denzer Guzman is the batter, 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts tonight. And a chance to be the hero in the bottom of the ninth. A 2-1 game. Tying and winning runs are in scoring position. It's ball 1 to Guzman. Guzman has had the chance to basically play every day since his call up.
Ball's down. Now good hitters count.
2 balls and no strikes. Guzman had a breakout start to the season at AAA. This is his 29th major league game since being called up a little more than a month ago. A chance to win it here in the bottom of the 9th. Expands the zone, and it's 2-1.
It's a young hitter at the plate trying to do some damage to expand it on a breaking ball that was never quite even in the strike zone.
Montero made him chase. 2 balls, 1 strike. Little bouncer towards short. McKinstry plays it back. Long throw to first. It is dug out by Torkelson once again. And the Tigers hang on thanks to the big first baseman's 2 scoops for the final 2 outs.
Well, he had to really use that glove over there at first base. We talked about Shaunawall being good at the scoops. This is definitely a tremendous job at first base. Low throw. Short hop. Solid pick again.
So the Tigers just barely hang on. That would have scored the tying run, maybe even the winning run, had Torkelson not come up with it. But the Tigers, thanks to 2 2-out runs in the top of the 9th and those 2 picks by Torkelson, get an important win as they beat the Angels 2-1. We'll be back to wrap it up.